Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and they pretend. Came out the bench, I get it in.
All right, man. What's up, Dre? How you feeling?
That's good, bro. Feeling good, man.
All right, man. I'm excited to get started. For all the fans out there, welcome to Player Perspective. This is a show that's going to be hosted by me, Big Ham, and Dre, DeAndre Francois, where we're going to kind of be breaking down the UFL season, talking about things that's going on in the league, and just giving an all-around recap of what happened week to week from the perspective of some players. A little background about myself. My real name is Jordan Igofase. Played football at Grambling State University. Played last year in the XFL for the Orlando Guardians. This year, I'm a free agent. I actually retired. I hung up the cleats, but I'm glad to still be around the game in a way like this, in a way that's fun for me, and in a way that I feel like I can still contribute to the culture and to the community. I'm going to let Dre go ahead. Dre, I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
Cool, man. What's good, y'all? This is DeAndre Francois from Florida, Orlando, Florida, to be exact. Graduated from Florida State University. I was there from 15 to 18. Transferred to Hampton University 2019. Declared for the NFL Draft 2020. And that's when COVID hit and, the world kind of changed in a way. Yeah. And it's basically been a constant grind of different spring leagues and just trying to stay relevant and still chasing this dream. So I'm just here to talk each week about ball. Me and Ham, we played on the Orlando Guardians together last year, and we were real tight and we very opinionated. He looks at things the way he looks at them, and I look at things the way I look at them, and we like to have a good time when we debate and talk about different things. So I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad you actually brought that up because that's one thing I feel like people kind of skip over is how tough it was for that draft class that came out during COVID. It was because there were no pro days, right? No combine, no pro days, no visits. So it was really hard for small school guys to get noticed. So yeah, that was a crazy year for sure.
No doubt.
All right, let's get right into it. First thing I want to ask you, we're starting off this episode 1, so obviously we're going to recap these first week games. But I don't want to get straight into the games. First, I want to talk about how was training camp this year, man? Training camp is a grind. If you ever played football, you know training camp is one of the hardest times of your life, especially when it's professional and now your life's on the line. You could be cut any moment. Really lock in. You got to take care of your body. You're on a time schedule. It's just crazy. So how was training camp this year and compared to last year? League-wise, not so much team-wise, but league-wise.
League-wise, last year we started in January, and January 6th, the beginning of January, so Dallas was real cold. I think we had like a snowstorm, something like that, and we had to shut down. They shut down the city for like a week. We missed a week of practice. It was a lot of obstacles training camp last season. It was just real cold. And, me being from Florida, the cold wasn't, I wasn't too fond of it. So training camp this year, it was a little more smoother. Things just went how it was supposed to go. And it's hard not to bring it to the team wise, but that's what it's all about. It was, the DC Defenders, they do things the right way. We do things the right way, and it made camp go smooth. It was tough, obviously, just because that's just the way camp is, man.
So I'm gonna have a little fun for the fans right quick. So what are you saying? Are you saying the Orlando Guardians weren't doing things the right way last year? Is that what you?
No, it wasn't that. It was just, it was just obstacles we had to get over. It was a lot of snow.
Okay, the weather.
Yeah, the weather was tough. Okay. Our practice field was about 40 minutes from our hotel. It was a grind.
Early bus rides.
A couple of things this year was a little different.
Okay, I feel you.
Yeah.
So now, right now, what do you think the biggest difference between the XFL and the UFL is right now?
The biggest difference is talent, man. It's talent. When you combine two leagues into one league, it weeds out all the guys that's not really top tier talent, NFL talent. Everybody in this league right now, I believe, can play in the NFL. Majority of guys, a high percentage of guys can, and across the board, the good teams got better, and the teams that weren't so good are now just as good as the good teams. So it's good football. It's good. It's good for the game. It's good for the sport. It's the only thing on TV right now. So I'm just excited for game 2 and just to continue playing.
Definitely. All right. I just want to throw in, with the leagues merging, it really did kind of it condensed the talent pool a lot. You went from 16 spring football teams to 8. There are guys. At one point last year, I was the highest graded run blocker in the XFL, and I didn't get a second opportunity. There were guys that did get picked up by teams and went into training camp that were all XFL last year, all USFL last year, that didn't make their teams. There are a lot of surprising cuts when those final cuts came out. So that kind of just is a testament to how condensed and how talented the league really is right now. So yeah, I think this year is going to be a big year for spring football. I really do. So I'm excited to just be a part of it any way I can.
Facts.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into these week 1 games, man. So the big game this week, I feel like that was highly anticipated, was the Arlington Renegades against the Birmingham Stallions, champion of the USFL last year versus champion of XFL last year. I feel like there are a lot of bragging rights on the line. And there are a lot of questions would be answered with this game. Which league really had the more talent last year, the XFL or the USFL? So, how do you think that game went, and what do you think that do you think that set the tone for the season? The USFL got something to say, and the XFL kind of got to pick it up, or what's your take on that?
I mean, that's what it looks like, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, man, it's just football. I think it was a good game. But you kind of got to see how the first game of the season usually goes. Penalties, mistakes, jitters. But it was a good game. 2 heavy hitters going back and forth. But I feel like, each team will get better and better as the season goes on, just because we don't have rookie minicamp, we don't have OTAs, we don't have summer workouts, we don't have any of that. So guys are still learning, their teammates. They're still learning playbook. They're still learning how the coach is going to call the game, and the coaches are still learning their players, which players to put in what positions to make the offense most successful. So, but to go back to that game, it was a good game. But both of those teams are going to continue to get better. That's what I can say from that game. Like, that wasn't their best, both teams. And they're just going to continue to get better. So those 2 teams that, we're going to have to continue to get better, because they're going to get better.
Definitely. And I think the fans should know that and think about that there's no true off season for spring football right now. Guys show up at camp. I mean, maybe if you live in the same city as a guy, you can kind of, meet up and get some workouts in with them. But other than that, everybody's training on their own. Everybody's working out on their own. I think they allowed them to have some Zoom meetings in the off season, but nothing concrete, not too many. So they can't really get the playbook out there. So guys are really are starting at training camp. It's not like the NFL where the guys have been there all summer, kind of working out together or flying out. When you got the big name quarterback to fly the whole team out to his mansion to work out and stuff. Yeah, it's not like that in the spring football league. So guys really gotta, you gotta start fast, and you gotta do a lot of learning as you go, as the season goes. So definitely the teams are going to get better. Before we get back to the game, I just want to touch on some numbers really quick. So viewership, I got this off XFL Analyst on Instagram. He posted the viewership for the weekend. Arlington versus Brahmas drew in 1.18 million viewers on Fox. Michigan versus St. Louis drew in 1.4 million on Fox. San Antonio versus DC, 960K on ESPN. Houston versus Memphis, 703K on ESPN. I just want to also include that we were competing with March Madness, as well as Sunday was Easter, was a holiday. And to kind of give y'all a perspective on those numbers, the average NFL regular season game is 17.9 million viewers, but that's the most out of any of the major leagues because, there's only 17 regular season games, so a lot more people watch those games. The NFL football is the biggest sport in America, let's be real, because the average NBA game only gets 1.62 million views. And that's because they do have a lot more games. They have 82 games in the season. Nobody's watching all those games unless you're really just a diehard basketball fan. Average MLB game is 1.5 million viewers. In the playoffs, MLB averaged 4.5 million views. NBA averaged 5.5 million views. So I say all that to say the UFL numbers aren't that far off from these other leagues, in all honesty. And it was week 1, and we were competing with, a major holiday and March Madness, which is a major sporting event. So I feel like the numbers, I feel like it's a good sign that the numbers are where they're at for week 1.
No, I think so too. I mean, I didn't see that online, but that's cool. But my mind not wired like that. I really don't care about the numbers. I don't.
Yeah. No. You think about it from, I'm on the outside looking in. You playing.
Yeah.
Right now. You're not really, I'm trying to make sure, I'm a fan at the end of the day, and I want to make sure the league gonna be around. You know what I'm saying? Make sure. Because it's all about the money.
People like watching. That's good. I mean,
yeah,
that's what we want to put out, good product. But
definitely.
I already know people are gonna be watching that
Mm-hmm.
like football and that love football because there's no other football on. And the fact that it's on ESPN and Fox, I'm just thinking about if I wasn't playing, I'm gonna turn on the game. Not only because I know, guys on every team or I played against guys, just because I love football and there's no other football on. So the numbers are gonna continue to go up, as people start to buy in and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like the UFL, my bad, is doing a good job trying to put out a good product as far as broadcasting. Only one thing I hope somebody high up sees this. One thing I want to say about the broadcast. I understand that we want to give all these different sound, all these different ways that the fan can be more engaged with what's going on the field, but sometimes it's too much. At one point, I'm watching the game. The commentators are trying to break down a play, but they're also playing the audio of the OC and DC calling the play, and they're also playing the audio of the quarterback calling the play in the huddle. Like, as a viewer, it's like, all right, bro, like, what am I supposed to be listening to here? It's a lot going on. Like, I think they need to do a better job of, focusing on one sound bite at a time and not playing everything at once to where you're just watching like, bro, like, what's going on here? But other than that, I think they're doing a good job with the broadcast, the True Line, the new stuff they're introducing, the transparency on, on challenges and just all the innovative rules and different things. I think they do a good job of explaining it, and I think they're doing a great job being innovative. So it's definitely a good product, and I think definitely viewership should pick up as the season goes along.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be a good product when 2 became 1. Not competing against each other, just making it one. It's like, okay, I know all these spring leagues in the past have flopped, but, they were always competing against each other. So it's like now, like, there's no way, it can flop at this point. 2 people working together for the same goal, it's bound to work out. So, yeah, it's cool.
Definitely. All right, now let's get back to the games, man. So were you able to watch that Arlington versus Stallions?
I watched every game.
Every game.
I watched every
a real student of the game here, huh?
Yeah, I'm a real student.
Hey, I want to shout out Jay Sternberger. He plays for the UFL Stallions. He went to my junior college, NEO. We both alums of NEO, same junior college. We didn't play together. He left the year before I got there. But, yeah, shout out Jay Sternberger, man, doing his thing for the UFL Stallions.
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he ended up playing at Texas A&M. I think he was with Green Bay for a little bit. And now
quarterback?
I'm sorry?
What position?
Tight end. Jay Sternberger.
Yeah. I do. He was at Texas A&M. That's why I know him.
Yep. That one game where they played LSU in like 7 OTs. Yeah, he was part of that game, caught a couple touchdowns in that game. Another thing I wanted to touch on really quick. Did you see the drama? You probably not. See, you're not just tapped into the other side of it. You too locked in right now. You probably didn't see the drama on Twitter between Pat McAfee and the linebacker from for the Stallions. What's bro name? Scooby Wright.
Me. I don't look at nothing. You gotta see
Yeah,
me.
you don't be late. See, you gotta tap in. Look, so apparently Pat McAfee said some stuff on his show about how he a real UFL guy. I mean, a real XFL guy. You know, he ain't really, rocking with the USFL too much. He wants the XFL to, dominate. Scooby Wright, Scooby Wright has something to say about that. Called him a jabroni. I don't know what that means. That's a white people insult.
Who's Scooby?
But yeah, but called him a jabroni or something like that. They had a little back and forth. It was nothing crazy though. But I just thought that was funny. I just want to get your thoughts on that. Do you think there's going to be a lot of?
What do you think?
Huh?
Who is Scooby?
The linebacker, bro, from the Stallion. Bro, Scooby Wright. That's his name, ain't it?
Okay.
He be talking about the shark dog, the shark dog shit, man. I don't know.
Okay. I think
hey, he look kind of crazy to me, but if you a linebacker, you not a little crazy, I'll be scared. So hey, shout out to Scooby Wright, man. Shout out to the shark dog. But
the
nah,
they ain't even play. That's what people don't. The other linebacker ain't even play.
Which one? They got a linebacker that didn't play?
Yeah, I forgot bro name. He was the Ole Miss. I played against him when I was in college. Having the toothpick, the floss.
He be playing with floss in his mouth?
He be biting the floss while he play.
Oh, all they linebackers crazy. That's why they be winning championships. You need crazy linebackers to win, man. You need crazy linebackers to win. But no, to my question was, what do you think, from your perspective, what do you think is better for the league? Do you think unity is better for the league? We should stop the XFL versus USFL thing. Versus the USFL. We are the UFL. We're together. Or do you think the competition, XFL is better, USFL is better, is good for the league?
Honestly, bro, to answer your question, unity is better. But it's always gonna be two sides. All right.
Always, yeah.
Because it came together as one from two different sides. So it's always gonna be two sides. But at the end of the day, nobody's opinion matters because it has to be unity for it to last. So
definitely
people still pick their sides of what they like. Fans, obviously, but as a player, I don't even think about that. It's like it is what it is.
Yeah, no, I feel you. So any last thoughts on the Stallions Renegade games? Any final thoughts?
I mean, Matt Corral, he looked pretty good, man. He I'm excited to see him in this league throwing the ball. Definitely. I know a couple guys on Birmingham, Marlo Williams. He had a couple good catches. Yeah, they look pretty good, man. Birmingham looks solid. They're gonna keep getting better every week. Arlington, Arlington gonna be Arlington. They real dangerous on the outside at receiver. And if they start clicking, So just because they lost his first game, that doesn't mean anything at all. Because obviously, they with them winning the championship last year, they're always gonna have their confidence. Nothing's gonna be able to shake their confidence. Right. And like I said, they're gonna keep getting better, especially with Luis. I know Luis, the type of guy he is.
Oh, Luis, man! Shout out to Luis, great guy. Yeah,
he gonna get them boys right. He gonna get his troops in line, and they're gonna continue to get better. So, but it was a good game. I didn't pick. I don't know who I picked to win before the game. I just wanted to see a good game because I really didn't know. And first games of the season, you really don't know.
Yeah, you really don't know.
But I was excited to see a good game. It was cool.
Definitely, yeah, it definitely was a great game. I thought Arlington had it early on. Then the Stallions, they are a championship team, and I think they returned most of their team. So they a little bit ahead on the curve on that. I think in the UFL, I think because we don't have an offseason, it's going to be very important to try to retain your roster. Having as little turnover as possible, I feel like it's going to be very important in this league because if all the guys already played together last year and they coming back, it's a little bit less of a learning curve. So definitely not. Shout out to both of those teams. The Stallions.
I mean, it's pros and cons to that. More pros than it is cons, but it is cons to that. So you gotta obviously if your team coming back, it's good. No, don't get me wrong, but sometimes some teams have the memory and the notation of last year's achievements and accomplishments, and not understanding that no team is ever the same. Even if you have a lot of returns, no team will be exactly the same. The 2023 team won't be 24 team. 24 team won't be the 25 team. And sometimes, you got to be able to, recruit and bring guys into your culture while leaving the past in the past at the same time, if that makes sense. But it's definitely pros to it.
Definitely. We're going to come back to that point in a minute. But before we get back to that point, let's move on to the next game. So we got the Battlehawks versus the Michigan Panthers. Panthers edged them out. Game-winning field goal, 18-16. Now, that was crazy because he hit a 64-yarder, and he hit it twice. He hit it the first time, but they iced him. And then he came back and hit it again, right down the middle. Hey, I heard he's already getting interest for some NFL teams. That's a big kick, man. That was crazy to watch right there. What was your thinking again?
I was watching the game. I mean, he did what he had to do. He did his job. That was talented, bro. That's what he get paid to do. Hopefully he gets some looks because he did what he had to do. One for 160, 4?
Yeah, 64.
That's 2 yards off Justin Tucker. Like, he good, man. Hope he gets signed.
I don't know who his agent is. How you get signed and you ain't kicked since high school?
Because he's special. Some coaches know when they know, man.
Coaches know when they know, huh? Nah, he must got some connects. They got to be somebody's nephew or something. How he get? They told he had kicked the field goal since high school. I'm like, what? What he doing out there? But hey, he shut me up. He shut me up. Now, when it comes to XFL versus USFL debate, this game was a little concerning for me, man. Because for the past 2 years, the Michigan Panthers have not been a good team in the USFL. And I feel like the Battlehawks were kind of middle of the pack last year in the XFL. They were one of the better teams, actually, I feel like I could say. They were one of the better teams. So for the Panthers to go out here and, edge them out like that, I'm a little shook, You think it ain't looking to that, or what, it's looking bad for XFL now?
Honestly, I don't care about that XFL, USFL stuff, bro. At the end of the day, it's UFL and everybody playing ball. So that's where my mind goes with it. And with this game, I picked St. Louis to win. Just me picking based off of my really imagination, because I really had no facts, no film to go off of or nothing. Just based off the rosters and what I know from St. Louis and who they got coming back, and because we scrimmaged Michigan and they looked pretty good. I know they was gonna be a tough team, but I felt like St. Louis had too much speed on the outside and too much experience coming back, and
I think they returned almost all their starters.
Yeah, I felt like they had a lot of camaraderie and they were gonna come out, firing on all cylinders. But that's just the game of football and how it goes. Like now, Michigan, after watching them boys play, they're gonna be a tough team. They're gonna keep getting better every week. I like their quarterback. I like how they coach. You can tell that they well coached. Just about how they fly to the ball. They're a tough team. They remind me of Boston College when I was at Florida State. We beat Boston College every year, but it was like they was playing us tough every single time. Like on the outside looking in as a fan, you'd be like, "Oh, Boston College about to play Florida State. All right, Florida State going to take this one, boom, boom." But in our head, we got to play them to the whistle. We got to play them to the 0-0 because
over till it's over. They not quitting.
No, they're not quitting. So, and Michigan showed that. They showed that they're not quitting. That they here in the UFL to make noise. That's why the past 2 years of spring leagues and them being not good, none of that matters. It's a whole new team every year.
Yeah,
so it's like,
new year.
Facts.
One of our producers, Dirty's a big Battlehawk fan, and he actually drove up to Detroit for the game. So I know he was crushed when that field goal hit. That's a long ride back to just think about that one. From St. Louis all the way to Detroit. That's a long drive. So, hey, feel bad for him, but that was crazy, though. That was a good game. Like I said, though, you're a player still. You're super duper locked in. I'm not. So I'm with all the messy shit. So I saw a quote from AJ McCarron. Now, I didn't watch the interview wherever he said it at. I just saw the quote. And he said he's always going to want to be a part of the Battlehawks. If Anthony Beck wants to retire, he'd love to be head coach. And when I read that quote, I'm like, bro, why would you say that? Like, you ain't even say, I would love to be on Anthony Beck's staff. You like, hey, whenever he get up out of here, I want the job. Like, bro, like, am I taking it out of context, or was that kind of wild to say?
I mean, get up out of here and go where? Like, if you get an NFL coaching job?
He said if that man retired, why would that man retire? He only been a coach for 2 years. Like, that's why I'm like, bro, was that shade? I don't know. It sounded shady. I don't know, bro. I don't want no beef.
You just messy. You just messy, bro.
Bro, it sounded shady. Why would the man want to retire? Talking about if he ever retired, I would love to be the head coach. You don't even want to start at OC. You want to go straight to head coach. Damn, AJ.
He probably
Like, bro, he don't want to be the QB coach now. He want to be the head man.
He probably just planting the seed, for the future.
Nah, that's crazy. Anthony
I don't
Beck
think he
watch
meant
his
it,
back,
man.
bro. Hey, that man, your quarterback coming for your job, Coach Beck. Look out.
I don't think
let me stop being messy. But I just thought that was a funny quote when I saw that. I was like, nah, what is going on? But yeah, man. Shout out to both those teams, man. The Battlehawks, Panthers, great game, competitive game. Came down to the wire. I think that's great for the league, for the games to be competitive and be a little thrilling. That keeps the fans engaged. That drums up a bunch of clicks on social media. That was a big kick, talked about everywhere. He's already getting NFL interest, so stuff like that is great for the league. Shout out to those teams, man. We definitely love to see how the rest of their season goes. All right, now let's move on to the Defenders versus the Brahmas. Oh my goodness! I just want to start off by saying, bro,
why you so excited, bro?
Because bro, y'all let the center catch a 40-yard seam route to the crib. And he didn't even catch it in the end zone. He caught the ball at the 15 and scored.
From 01 to 03, back for a second tour of duty with DC. Pressure on Garber's got it out from a good arm angle. McFarland hits the Jets, makes a move, dives and scores. The motion here on 4th down and 11. And the punter, Brad Wing, takes the snap. He wants to throw. Brad Wing lofts it downfield, and it's caught to the goal line. Touchdown.
Nah, bro, look. When he caught it, they didn't try to tackle him, bro. Them two players could have caught him, bro. Who was them? They didn't try to. Bro, the first dude was jogging. The second one jumped on his leg. How y'all let the center run free down the middle of the field like that? The lineman. I just want to know.
I'm just waiting for you to finish, bro. Catch your breath.
My bad. Go ahead.
I mean, honestly, bro, shout out to their special teams coach. He took a risk. They probably practiced that in practice and they ran in the game. Kudos to them.
All right, question.
Good job by them.
My bad. Do you think that was always the call, or do you think after destroying missed the kick when y'all iced them, they changed the play? Like, never mind. Let's run a fake.
I think they changed it after he missed it. Honestly.
Why are you laughing?
Because I was on the sideline looking like, okay, let's see what this destroying guy. He kicked it. Kickers miss all the time, though. That ain't safe.
Nah. It was a 54-yarder. It was a 54-yarder. I'll give him that. It was 54-yarder. But I did kind of laugh when he missed it because I'm watching the game. Next thing I know, they're giving Destroying a sideline interview. He ain't did nothing but kick the ball off yet. I'm like, what's going on? But remember, yeah, bro, I'm messy, so I'll go talk about it. Remember when they first signed Destroying? I was asked, I'm like, is this a real signing, or do you think that Destroying has? Let me look at the numbers right quick. Destroying has 2.7 million followers on Instagram and 5.8 million subscribers on YouTube. Do you think that has something to do with the signing, or because he hasn't kicked in a while. Did he even kick in games at UCF? Because he stopped kicking, he had to quit early in his career because the NCAA was like, hey, you got to pick one. And he picked YouTube. Shout out to him. It worked out great. But I was just a little like, this seems a little gimmicky. What do you think?
I don't.
What do you think? Stop. Dre, stop doing that, bro. Dre, stop doing that. What you think?
I mean, honestly, I feel like both sides help both sides. He definitely helps the league get more eyes. The league helps him get an opportunity. Honestly, the man could kick. The man's leg is strong. He was kicking the ball from the 20 all the way to the end zone. The USFL, they construct the kickoff return in a certain way to encourage returns. This man was damn near kicking into the end zone. You know,
you need a big leg. No, definitely this year in the UFL, you need a big leg kicker. The accuracy is just the question.
Right.
So when I seen him getting a sideline interview and he ain't did nothing but kick off here, I'm like, okay, they gonna make sure we see destroying today. But then when he lined up for the field goal, I'm like, all right, let's see what he got. Why, right? But they called it. All right, let me stop playing. Shout out to Destroying. But once he missed it, I think after he missed it, they're like, let's change the call. So y'all ice actually might have helped the Browns. If y'all wouldn't have called that timeout, he would have missed the kick. That's it. So hey, it happens though. But other than that, all right, moving past the funny stuff. That was the funny stuff about that game. Overall, what was your take on the game?
That's a good team. They came ready to play. They outplayed us. Honestly, to keep it simple, in the most simplest way, I just feel like they made least mistakes. And in the first game, it's all about missed tackles, penalties, and mistakes. And the team that wins that battle wins the first game because, every team right now is still constructing. No team is just rolling. You know what I'm saying? So every team is still filling each other out. So in the first game, it is vital that you tackle well, that you win a penalty battle, and that you make the least mistakes. And we didn't do that. So we got to take it as an opportunity to learn from that game, correct the mistakes on film, get back to it. It's a long. I remember last year, Arlington. They
definitely started slow last year. Arlington started very slow last year.
Yeah, Arlington made it to the championship game with being under 500, I think. So, not to say that we're gonna do that or anything like that. We gotta, get back to the drawing board and focusing on the details. We still tight. We still a family. Everything is still close. And sometimes L's make you closer, and it makes everybody hold everybody accountable in every aspect. Not even just that practice. Off the field, showing up on time, doing the right things. And we've been doing those things, but it's time to continue to grow and continue to figure out our team identity and what we want.
All right. Remember I said we were going to get back to a point earlier where you were like, sometimes people coming to a new season still thinking about last year. Do you think that affected you all, the team in any way? I know you weren't there last year. You were with, the Guardians, only team to beat them to the championship game. Shout out to us, you feel me? But do you think that a lot of those guys on that team that were there last year kind of had maybe too much confidence? Like, last year we only lost 2 games, 10 wins. We're the team to beat. This year it's about, it's about us. We're going, do you think you guys had anybody in that locker room kind of maybe was kind of too caught up on last year still, thinking, we're just going to steamroll everybody like they did last year?
Nah, not so much. I feel like the returners from last year are good. It keeps the culture inside the locker room. It keeps, all the new guys to understand, what the DC Defenders are about. And that's why I'm having such a good time here. It's a different culture. It's a culture of everybody's hungry. Everybody wants more, even from the coaching staff. They want to see us be successful, and they want to continue to be successful themselves. Everybody is eager and hungry for more, and everybody understands the goal. So that's the narrative that I picked up around here, and that's why I like it around here. So I don't feel like there's a last year notation. Obviously, there's a confidence from last year because they were dominant. They led the league in almost every category on the offensive side of the ball. So if I was on this team last year, if I was on this offense last year, obviously I will come back with confidence that we're going to do it again and that we're going to be even better this year because you want to get worse or you get better. And it's time for us to get better. So that's what we really focus on. We're not focused on last year.
Definitely feel you. Also, speaking of people that didn't return, your top 3 receivers from last year are all in the NFL right now. How much do you think that kind of affected y'all offense? And y'all lost y'all starting running back from last year to an injury. Shout out to Abram Smith. Hope he's doing well.
I mean, we're not going through nothing that no other team in the UFL is not going through. So we are going through the same thing. We all have same growing pains. It's all about the men in the locker room and how we choose to approach each day. You don't get a bye week. You don't have much time. Once the season starts and once again one comes around, it's like a snowball effect. Whatever you're doing is going to snowball effect. So if you're going in a negative way and your team choose to, not hold each other accountable, not be a family, then you're going to snowball in the wrong direction. But if you choose to stick together and continue to figure out ways to be better and, try to win games, then you'll snowball in the right direction, just like Arlington did last year. They began to hit on all cylinders towards the end of the season, and it led them to the championship game. So, yeah, bro, I feel like everything's going to be okay. There's no doubt in my mind. I feel like we're going to get it right for sure, 100%.
Definitely, yeah. I think, yeah, it's like we said, it's a long season. All the teams are still just getting to know each other. No team today is going to be the same team they're going to be in the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah. So,
the goal,
the next level. The goal is not to continue to return. I mean, you're always thankful for opportunity to play for professional football, whether it's UFL, CFL, NFL, whatever it is. But the goal is to get to the NFL. That's what we all are eager for. That's what we all are trying to get to. The bag, and most of us have been there and tasted it, and then wore the helmet and been in the locker room. So once you've been there, I know it's a different type of feeling of like I got to get back to that.
Definitely. I know a lot of the players are hungry in the UFL. It's a league opportunity. Sometimes I feel like they're giving some of these old guys too many chances, but I digress. You feel me? You give a young guy a shot. But it's a league opportunity, guys are trying to get back in the league, or some guys are trying to prove themselves they can play at an NFL level. So, everybody's there to grow and get better. And it's just going to be interesting to see how these players and how these teams grow throughout the season. Break down to me your 2 snaps. What you see when you got out there, man?
Yeah, I only got 2 snaps. I was ready, though. I was ready to go.
You was ready. I seen it.
Yeah, I was ready to go. It wasn't no surprise. You got to stay ready. You got to expect that. You got to always understand that you one play away. So it felt good to be ready and to understand what was going on, to be in the moment. And it felt nice out there. It felt easy. It felt smooth. We did an inside zone, and then we did a drop back pass, and some color got through, and I tried to just get back to the line of scrimmage the best way I could. By that time, Jordan had caught his breath because I think he got the wind knocked out of him. So it wasn't like
he's all right. He's all right.
Yeah, he had to catch his breath. So yeah, Jordan came back in, but my 2 snaps was good. It is what.
I'm not gonna make you speak on this because I don't want to. You that's your locker room. But me personally, I feel like maybe I'm biased because you one of my close friends. I feel like once you got you in the red zone down 8, and you make that change, I think they should have just let you cook for that drive. In all honesty, I think they should just let you cook. You only got 1 drop back, and some pressure got through as soon as you drop back. Not like it was a coverage sack, and you still tried to get out of it and make a play. I think they should have just let you cook and just rolled it out. Because next play, Jordan comes in, we don't know how healthy it is. You know, all football players, we're warriors, man. We'll try to get back out there, even if we may not be 100%. I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm not trying to speak to anything. You know, I'm just saying I think they should have let you cook because he got in there that next play. And, you know, I feel like that next play that Jordan got in, that pick almost was a pick six. That kind of changed the game. After that, y'all never got close again. You get what I'm saying? So I think personally they should just let you cook, just rocked out for that drive. And, you know, and then whatever happened next drive, you make that decision next drive.
Yeah, I mean, I don't look at it like that. It would have been nice to stay out there. Don't get me wrong. I definitely tried to put the ball in the end zone and, you know, did everything I could. But, you know, I trust Coach's decision, Coach Keiss. You know, he's a mastermind, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Like, he knows what he's doing. You know, and that was his decision. So I'm just always ready to go. Whenever my call, that's when it's time to go. So that's all I'm focused on. I put all my focus and energy into whenever it is your time to go, that's when you need to go. And you know, I was ready to go for sure. And if I was to be left in, I would, you know, did what I had to do. But we got a lot of faith in Jordan, man. He's a great quarterback. And you know, he played a solid game. We couldn't get into a rhythm, couldn't run the ball. You know, we became kind of one-dimensional. And, you know, congrats to San Antonio's defense. They, you know, did a good job in stopping the run and making us throw the ball because we want to run the ball. That's what every offense want to do. Establish the run, and, you know, build off that. And they control the line of scrimmage. And I don't think when you watch the film, it wasn't as bad as it seems. It's never as bad as it seems, and it's never as
bad as it seems. It's never as good as it seems either. And it's also never one play. Like when I say after that Jordan pick, y'all never got close again, that's just, you know, was just a pivotal swing. But I'm not saying that's the play that lost y'all the game. It's never one play that loses you a game. It's never one play that wins you a game. It's always a combination of 3 to 4 plays that can really change a game completely. It's never one play. It's never no one player's fault or nothing like that. No matter how, I don't care if you drop the game, win a touchdown. Y'all shouldn't have been down 7. There was something that made y'all down in the game. Like, you get what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't want it to get confused like I was trying to blame Jordan or anything like that. No, not at all. But, yeah, it's never as bad as it looks on film, or it's never as good as it looks on film. So that's the good thing about film. You know, they say the eye in the sky don't lie. So, you know, just got to watch the film and get better, prepare for the next week. Now, let's move on to this last game, man. The Showboats versus the Roughnecks. Now, the Roughnecks are an interesting team this year because they're branded as the Houston Roughnecks. They play where the Houston Roughnecks play, but it's the entire Houston Gamblers staff. And I think a lot of their players they brought in too. So that, and I believe they are on the USF. Are they on the XFL side or the USFL side of the bracket?
No, I don't know. I don't care.
You just want to play football, huh? You too locked in for me.
Man, I just want to get in the game, you know, do what I got to do.
They want to play football. I'm not sure what's they got to be. I think they're on the. I don't know.
I mean, that was a good game. That was a good game. I enjoyed it. I watched it. Houston, I gotta say they got a good defense, man. They got a good defense.
Shout out to a big Keontae Shad, D-line there. He was with us on the Guardians last year for a little bit. Shout out to him. Then he went to the USFLs with the New Orleans Breakers. So shout out to him. He was doing his thing out there. I saw him.
They're pretty good, man. They got good res defense. They D-line active. They got a real active line. So I'm excited for this weekend. Going back home to DC and hosting them. Because it should be a good game, man. They offensive side of the ball, they got playmakers. I feel like their O-line pretty stout. They got playmakers. The quarterback, strong arm. I remember him from college. It should be a good game. I know they well coached. I heard nothing but good things about that coach.
Yeah.
So it should be exciting. It should be a good game. But the Memphis Showboats, Houston game, I feel like Memphis is offense. I feel like
Hold on, you were breaking up a little bit. Say that one more time.
I feel like Memphis is going to be a problem on offense. Like I feel like even show how good they really could be. So that's going to be a good battle when we go play them. They got a real good quarterback in Cookis. I think that's his name. Real tall guy, big strong arm. But that game was good. I want to see more scoring. Hopefully, the games can be more exciting. But like I said, with
definitely no team scored over 30 points this week. Only 2 teams got over 20 points this week. The Stallions and the Brahmas are the only teams to score over 20 points this week. So definitely some more scoring is going to be important. Keep fans entertained.
Yeah, but that's just the way football goes. Defenses mature faster than offenses.
Definitely.
No off season, no summer OTAs, nothing like that. It's going to take a couple weeks. By week 3, week 4, you should see which teams are going to be the explosive offensive teams in the league by week 3 and 4. And already by week 1, I mean, some teams have showed already that they're going to be a problem on offense. So, but this was a good game. I respect both of those teams already. Foster on Houston defense. He's been a problem. He's going to always be a problem. So, but the league is filled with guys, bro. It's filled with talent, man. Every team.
Yeah, it's very talented. Very talented. I think that's kind of the answer for some of these low-scoring games is it's just 2 talented teams out there really going at it. Nobody's trying to give any ground. So I think that has to do a lot with the low scores. But also, like you said, definitely.
I mean, it's a running clock, too.
Huh?
The clock. The clock is running too. So the game.
Oh yeah.
Fast.
Fast clock. Yeah, the clock is fast. The clock only stops running within 2 minutes. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like it kind of makes the game go by very, very quick. I get why they're doing it though, because a lot of people's knock on the NFL is they're dragging games out.
I like it. I like it a lot, bro. When you ask people why they don't watch football, it's because they say it's boring, it's too long.
It's too long. Yeah, too many stoppages.
So being a football player, I mean, me watching it, I obviously don't watch it from their perspective, but I can see how they feel like that. If you don't know what's going on, it's obviously a boring game. But I like the XFL clock, bro. You're really on and off the field, so it makes every possession count. Like you can't have too many 3 and outs. You can't turn the ball over because you don't have much time to really get yourself out of a hole if the other offense is controlling the ball and doing good. So you gotta stay fast. You can't turn the ball over.
Okay. Hey, let's pause right quick. I'll be right back. We'll pause right quick. Yeah, so I definitely think it's going to be an interesting season. As time goes on, we're definitely going to see these offenses mature. The Showboats did look really good, so I'm excited to see what they do this year. And who do y'all got next week? Y'all got the Roughnecks next week, huh?
Yeah, we got Houston, so this is what we're going to do. Let's do a pick 'em. Keep track every week. You tell me who you like, I tell you who I like, and then we'll see who win at the end. And we can put some, I know you like Debbie cakes, Debbie snacks. We can put some Debbie snacks.
Bro, come on, bro. I'm on a diet, bro. Chill out. I'm trying to lose the line weight. Come on, I look good. Come on, I play good. I know I do. Anyway, all right, yeah. Let's look over the schedule for next week. I got it right here in front of me. So next week we got first game, Brahmas versus Showboats. Who you got?
Brahmas versus Showboats, man. The Showboats defense did look pretty good. That's a tough one. That's gonna be a good game. Where is that?
It is. I don't know.
It's in Memphis.
Let me see.
That's important information. I need to know where it's gonna be played at.
I think it's in Memphis.
Okay.
It's in Memphis.
I'm gonna take the Showboats.
Take the Showboats. Yeah, I like the Showboats too. I like the Showboats. I feel like.
Go ahead.
Now I feel like the Showboats defense was definitely showing out. Their offense looked great too. I'll take the Showboats. I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I'm taking the Showboats only because I feel like defensively we didn't play them how we were supposed to play them. It was some things we would have changed and some decisions we would have made different. And I feel like the Showboats gonna see that on film and not do that and play them tougher. And I like the Showboats offense. I feel like they can control the game if their defense plays good enough. I feel like the Showboats offense is good enough that they will control the game to the point to where they will score enough points and get enough stops to pull the game out, especially if they're at home.
Okay. Now next we got the Renegades and the Battlehawks. Me personally, I'm gonna take the Renegades, man. I was kind of torn on this one. I'm gonna take the Renegades only
Where's
because,
that?
huh?
Where's the game?
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be in St. Louis. It's gonna be in St. Louis.
You
Renegades were at home this week. St. Louis is on the road, so I'm gonna assume it's switched.
No, you can't switch.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Renegades on that one because I feel like it's gonna be a bounce back week for them. And it was a couple throws. It was a couple throws that I feel like were missed due to pressure or just the situation. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like next week they're gonna hit on some of those big plays. They got Javante Payton over there, who we played with a little bit last year on the Guardians, who's a speedster. It was a couple throws. He was wide open.
Yeah, they got a good receiving core.
Yeah, they definitely do.
I feel like St. Louis is gonna take this one. They both lost, so you feel like it's gonna be a bounce back for Arlington. I feel like it's gonna be a bounce back for St. Louis only because St. Louis, they can be a scary team. They can be scary good, and I feel like
they got some weapons, man.
shout
out, they got Kimani Everett over there. He was a tight end at Bethune-Cookman. Played against him when he was at Bethune-Cookman. Shout out to him. I always HBCU boys. What'd you say?
Hey, I feel like St. Louis, man, they
made a joke.
They could be dangerous. St. Louis could be dangerous. I feel like AJ McCarron is,
Coach McCarron.
Yeah, he's gonna impose his will this week in practice. That's just my guess, and they're gonna come out sharp. That's their identity, though. They're a sharp team, well-coached team. They made a lot of mistakes on offense. Like, they didn't even play their best game, and they still almost won the game. Michigan needed a freaking kick, 64-yard kick to win, and
definitely.
St. Louis didn't play. They didn't play nearly as good as they can, and they still almost won. So I feel like next week they'll fix those mistakes and come out on top.
Okay. So you like St. Louis, I like Arlington right there. So we got our first so we'll see who wins that. We'll keep note of that. Then we got Birmingham versus Michigan. The game is going to be in Detroit at Ford Field. So Michigan is at home.
You a Michigan fan?
Relax. Just because I'm from Detroit, right away. I'm a Lions fan. I don't know about the Michigan Panthers yet. Maybe I need to do my research. I don't know yet. I can't. I haven't picked the team yet, man. I haven't picked the team. You feel me? I'm rooting. I want everybody to do good, man. I want guys to get shots in the league.
I thought you were with the whole team. My fault. My bad.
Yeah, talk about whole team. They not even the Detroit Panthers. I want to ask somebody about that. Why we not the Detroit Panthers? Maybe if we change the name to the Detroit Panthers, I'll rep. I'm not from Michigan. I'm from Detroit. We're our own thing. You know what I'm saying?
They play at Ford Field.
Yeah, they play. Yeah. So change the name. And maybe you got me. Like, what was that? A copyright thing or something? I don't know. Somebody got to call me over at Fox. We'll talk about it. But who you got, man? Who you got?
Out of who?
Michigan and the Stallions.
Oh, I got the Stallions.
I got the Stallions too.
I'm Stallions, man. The
Stallions are nice. I feel like the Stallions are the team to beat this year. And I'm not saying if they three-peat, that'll be crazy. But we don't know anything. But
they got good coaches. They got good team camaraderie. They got good confidence, and they've added guys that are good. If you look at their roster, they kept the guys. They got rid of the guys who were kind of iffy. They kept the guys who were really good, and just added more guys who were really good to fill in those places that they got rid of guys at. So, I got Birmingham. Birmingham, they're gonna control the game. I can see. I don't know. Michigan, they can't have too many 3-and-outs. If they have too many 3-and-outs, I'm not even gonna say turnovers, because even if you don't have turnovers, if you're not moving the ball and continuing to move the chains, that's just as good as a turnover in my eyes. They got to be able to. Michigan got to be able to score. They got to be able to score and control the ball, because if they don't, I feel like Birmingham could get hot fast. Birmingham does have the ability to stalemate and stop Michigan's offense. So I don't think Michigan defense is going to be able to stop Birmingham's offense. But if Michigan defense can slow down Birmingham offense, and Michigan offense can get some points and get in the end zone a couple times, and then they can begin to control the game, Michigan can pull it off. But I'm gonna take Birmingham though.
For sure. Yeah, I like Birmingham there. I think they're the team to beat in the league this year. So I see them taking it even on the road. So that should be a good game. See if Birmingham can keep the hype train rolling. And then last but not least, we got Houston Reflex DC Defenders at DC Audi Field. Y'all have a great home atmosphere. It's going to be your first time playing there, because last year when we played them, they came to us. So are you excited to kind of see that atmosphere for the first time and be in it?
Yeah, I am. I'm excited. I'm excited to go to Audi Field, man. I like DC. I haven't been there too many times, but going to school in Virginia, that's kind of close by there. So I'm excited, man, to see the Bear Snake. But I'm excited to play the game.
Bear Snake.
The stadium cool and the fans cool, everything. But I'm eager for a W right now.
Where do they be getting them lemons from? Where do fans be getting them? I need you to find that out for me. That's your homework assignment. Where do the fans be getting them lemons from?
I don't know. I don't care about no lemons. I don't care about no nothing.
I be throwing them lemons. When a lemon hits you in the head, you gonna carry it in. Like, where did this lemon come from?
Yeah, I'm just executing because we gotta get a W. Don't nothing else matters. Lemons, cups, beer, all that's cool. But if we don't get no W, it's no Bear Snake or no lemons. So at the end of the day, I mean, we gotta come this week ready to practice, hone in on details, correct the mistakes, and start to prepare. We've already been preparing, you know what I'm saying? So, Houston is a tough team. Just watching that game with Memphis, they're a tough team. Even when they playing from behind, they have no quit. They continue to play through the whistle. I know they well coached. And that D line, man, that's what I look at. That front line and the backers and the DBs, and they stout at all three phases on their defense. So we got to come ready to play. But I'm picking us.
Hey, I'm gonna take y'all. I'm gonna take y'all.
Take who you take, buddy. Listen,
I'm gonna take y'all. I like y'all to win it. I feel like it's gonna be a bounce back week for y'all. Last week, first week, like we said, time to really lock in, and now y'all kind of know a little bit more about yourselves as a team. You guys are gonna go watch the film and make the proper corrections, and I feel like we should see y'all, back to being the defenders, man. So yeah, I like DC. I'll take DC. Well. Hey, I think that about wraps up the first episode of Player Perspective with Dre and Big Ham. Thank anyone that tunes in. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at HAM65_. Dre, I'll let you get them your socials.
Yeah, man. I appreciate y'all for having us. Make sure y'all tune in week after week. We're going to be talking ball, giving y'all the inside and the out, the good and the bad, pretty and the ugly, man. You can follow me on Instagram at _dirty12. That's _DIRTIE12. Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all. See y'all next week.
Hey, YouTube channel coming soon, man. So be on the lookout for that. All right. See y'all.